Hey, it's Tim, and today we're at Seaworld in Orlando. And today, well, it's all about roller coasters. There's 4 brilliant B&M rides here: Kraken, Manta, Pipeline, which is the new surf coaster, and of course Mako. There's also Icebreaker, which I've never been on before, so that's going to be a new ride for me. Other than that, we're just going to take the day as it comes, have a nice relaxing walk around the park. It's not too big, nothing like Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios or even indeed Epcot. It's actually quite a small park, and who knows, we might see some animals along the way too. Look at this. This is Pipeline, the new B&M surf coaster. Wow. I've been on a stand-up roller coaster once at Cedar Point in Ohio. But that was quite an old one. I'm really excited to go on this and see what it feels like and how it changes that sensation and ride experience. Oh, well, the screams say everything. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant first ride on Pipeline, the surf coaster. It was absolutely brilliant. So as I said, I have been on a stand-up roller coaster before, but this is very different. So you sat on, it sort of almost feels like a bicycle seat, but it's really well padded and really comfy. And then underneath are some quite tough hydraulics, so you can sort of stand up and push yourself down a bit, and then the restraints are sort of these padded things on your chest, and it feels super comfortable and super safe. But what it means is, because you stood up, when you go over those crests, your feet leave the floor and it feels like you're surfing. It's so clever, it's so smooth, it's not particularly fast, it's just, as a feeling, as an experience, it's just wonderful. Steph's over the moon with it, and she's like, we need to go on it again, but we're going to march to the other side of the park for now and try and get on Mako. We've never been on that, but we were chatting to some American people in the queue. They really rate it. Just really quick, loads of airtime, so that sounds good to me. But as a first ride, oh wow. What's the review of Pipeline, Steph?
It's awesome. Amazing.
Good, isn't it?
Amazing. Yeah. top ride.
Just love all like the surf music as well. It's just great vibe, great feel to it all. See Icebreaker in the distance there. We're going on that later. Last view of Pipeline before we head to Mako. Brilliant ride. So it's about 10:30 and the park feels really quiet, so hopefully it'll stay like this all day and there'll be no need for us to purchase a quick queue, which are actually quite expensive, so we definitely don't want to do that really. So fingers crossed when we make it to Mako. It's a similar crowd levels. We've just done our first ride on Mako, our second B&M coaster of the day. Absolutely fantastic. We waited for the front row, said 15 minutes wait time, probably 5 even with waiting for the front. It's really quiet today, which is surprising for a Saturday, but great for us getting on the rides and getting on front row as well. It's Orlando's tallest and fastest roller coaster, and I tell you what, going up that chain lift, and it was just going and going. You're like, oh my god. The first drop, fantastic, and I think this is like, it's your old school roller coaster. It's just all about the airtime. There's no upside down. It's just hill, drop, super smooth, absolutely fantastic. We'll definitely be riding it multiple times. It's another great view. So that's Pipeline, the surf coaster that we went on first thing. Manta there, which is a B&M flying coaster, which we'll definitely go on. Kraken in the distance, which is the one in green. It didn't used to be green, it used to be blue. One of the first roller coasters I ever went on that, and it was definitely blue. And then here, this is Mako that we went on. Unfortunately, I can't get you much ride footage because of where the roller coaster is located in the park. It's sort of on the boundaries, but you can see how high that chain lift is. Absolutely brilliant. But now, finally, it's our time for Dipping Dots, and we know who loves Dipping Dots.
El Dippy Dotto. Oh, no.
Oh dear, it's Dippy Dot ice cream, not Dippy Dot ice.
Oh, it's Dippy Dot.
She's quite... Get two, please. Panic over. We found Dippy Dot ice. Literally the last one in the freezer chest. These are awesome. Someone's happy, it's Dipping Dot time. Might have just done Mako again. Yeah, time is absolutely fantastic, brilliant. Got the run of the place today. It is so quiet, unbelievable. You know, and I suppose the sad thing is, if these roller coasters were at Universal, they'd be 2-3 hour waits easy because they're that good. So we've made it to Icebreaker. So it's only been open about 18 months. So this is not a B&M roller coaster. This is a Premier Rides attraction. Apparently the queue's 35 minutes, which is a bit longer than I'd hope, really. But hey ho, we're here, so we're gonna have to join the queue. So they've got a great locker system here. It costs $10 for the day. There you go, $10. Enjoy unlimited ride locker rentals for one price. And then every time you get your stuff out of the locker at each ride location, it resets. So yeah, in my opinion, a lot better than the Universal one. Great little ride on Icebreaker. Only queued about 20 minutes, wouldn't want to queue much longer than that, but really cool. So once you're boarded, the whole cart moves to the right, and then you've got these acceleration plates, and you sort of go over a little hill, up a bit, and then backwards, and then again, and then right back up to the top, and then you're off. Bit twisty, no upside downs, quite tame. But yeah, a nice little ride. Glad there's not a long queue, but definitely worth doing. Here it comes. So this is time number 1. Get ready for it coming back. Nearly reaches the top, and here we go. And now it starts to rocket. Here's Manta. Oh, you can see it going up the chain lift there. So we've got a similar ride, haven't we, at Alton Towers, Air, which is now called Galactica. Manta, in my opinion, is way more intense. Way more intense. Great waterfall entrance. They just arrived to the entrance, but queue time is spiked at 70 minutes. So we're going to go and try and get on Kraken instead. Kraken looks cool in green. I like it. I remember it being blue. I might be making that up. I'm absolutely convinced it was blue. Showing its age a bit now. Kraken, a bit rickety and wobbled your head around a bit, but nonetheless, still good to finally get on it. A bit disappointed with the park today. Most of the stands that you see are just unmanned. There's hardly any staff around anywhere. Manatees. Big manatees. Aww. Oh. Hello. Hey. Oh. Oh. Breath of air. Oh wow, he is beautiful. Wow. How beautiful is either he or she? So we're heading into an area where you can see those turtles and manatees and other animals, but from underneath the water. So that sounds cool, doesn't it? The Seaworld Rescue Centre. So there's a massive storm coming, you can feel it in the air, the wind has picked up and there's loads of announcements about inclement weather and the chances of rides closing. So we thought we'd take the opportunity not to get drenched for a change, head back to the car, and we're probably going to do some shopping and go to either one of the outlets or the mall. So I've got a few thoughts about SeaWorld. I've not been for, must be what, 10 years, and so we have enjoyed it, but it's a total different experience to the other parks here in Orlando. I think if you want to get on some big roller coasters, do what we did. Come first thing in the morning. You get that opportunity to ride those big B&M beasts. The queues were really light, it was fine, and it's definitely worth coming for that. But in terms of guest experience, honestly, it's not great. The staff, well, if you can find one, well, that's problem number one. Problem number two, we just exited then. Staff are just chatting amongst themselves, no goodbye, or thanks for coming, or hope to see you again soon. And you know what, that's not the end of the world, but it is the end of the world when you've got two other amazing theme park companies on your doorstep, Universal and Disney, who make guest experience an absolute priority. And because we've been experiencing that for the past week, it really shows. So yeah, not amazing on that front, but the rides, absolutely fantastic. Loved Mako. Great to get on a hypercoaster in Orlando, and also Pipeline, that brilliant new surf coaster, only opened a couple of months ago. Thought it was fantastic, a unique ride experience, a feel, and I loved the fact that your feet left that surfboard as you went over those humps in the track. Absolutely brilliant. So overall review is, what would I say? Probably, if we're coming back next year, say, for our next summer holiday, will we buy a SeaWorld ticket? Probably not.